Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, I'm Jada, and if you're a family member, you know I love you guys so much. You guys, I'll be sharing a story with you all today, and this story I literally never told anyone because I felt when I came to the Philippines I was an emotional wreck. I had so many emotional drama and all that. So I felt sharing this story with my family members or like my friends is just going to make me seem like a crybaby, because my first few months in the Philippines was just so emotional and all that. So if you want to know what happened to me and why I'm sharing this story today, so please keep on watching this video and don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and yes, let's dive into the video. Like you saw the title and you clicked, it was my first day in school. I'd just been in the Philippines for over a week or so, yeah, because when I arrived Manila I stayed there a few days and then I came down to my city. Yeah, so when I came to my city, I was with my sister and she just stayed with me like for a few days before she went back to Manila. So within a few days we went to school together once, which was for my enrollment and all the necessary procedures. So we went to school. I was trying to like pick up my environment. I was trying to like know the roads and everywhere, but then I was just still new, so it was a little bit difficult to like figure out a lot of things, but I was just observing where I was. So we went to school that day, we got back home, we did few other stuffs and she went back. So it was now on Monday and I needed to head to school. So it was my first day in school. I was so excited. First day attending classes here in the Philippines. I woke up, took my bath. I woke up pretty much early because I didn't know what to expect from school and I didn't want to go late. From my schedule they gave to me, I saw my first class was supposed to be by 7:45 or so. So I wanted to be early, you know, you guys. I just came, new bed and all that. So I woke up, took my bath, I prepared for school. I got done with preparing for school and I went out. I took pictures, yeah, because I needed to send pictures for my family back at home and oh, this is me, yeah, because we wear uniform in the Philippines. So I needed them to see, okay, this is how their daughter is looking and all that. Yeah, I was so excited. So took pictures, sent to them, and I went out. So I went out of my apartment, went out of the gate, and then that was where there was a whole lot of issues. I looked left, right, center. I just didn't know where to take. I was so confused because I could see here, there, I don't know, I couldn't even remember the part. I think we had a tricycle. I don't know how it was back then, but I literally could not remember how we were going out to get all those stuffs when we first came. So she had left me for 2 days and I was just alone for me to find my way. So I just decided, okay, just take this lane. That was my guess. I decided to take this part, so I took that part and I walked out. It was like the path leading to the entrance of the street where my apartment was. I went out of that street and then I went on through the main road. I was thinking, oh, probably I'll see a tricycle and all that, yeah, so that I could get in and head to school. So I went out to that main road. I was walking. It was just like an endless journey. I kept walking. The main road was so, okay, I'll call it a highway, so it was just so endless. It was long, so you guys. And then the funniest part was when I was on that lane, I kept stopping on tricycles like, hey, this, that, but then none of them were stopping. I saw cars passing, but no one was just giving me attention. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, where am I? So I kept on walking. I got to the middle of the road or the center of the highway because it was so big. It was a very, very large, it's a big road. Like right now it's a very, very big road. So I stood by the center and I was so like confused. Where should I take and all that? Literally, guys, I started crying because I was like, is this how I was going to end in the Philippines? I'll just get missing and no one will find me. You guys, I was just so emotional when I first came here. Like any small thing, I break down, I start crying. I don't know, but I was just so emotional. So I stood there and then luckily a tricycle man stopped and I was thinking, oh, this is my savior. He came and he picks me up. He asked me where I was headed to and I told him, oh, I'm headed to my school. I gave him the name of my school and he said okay. So he took a lane. I was thinking that's the right path, When we entered that lane, I could see like houses, so I was like, okay, probably this is leading to my school. All of a sudden we're moving, and then I saw it was just forest, farm, and bushes all around. There were no houses anymore. We were just going, and it was just like endless. I think it was like, usually people farm around that part, and it was just full of bushes and all that. So I stopped. I asked him, excuse me, because back then I did not know how to tell him kuya, all this, communicate with Filipinos friendly. So I said, excuse me, where are you headed to? Is this route to my school? And then all of a sudden I asked a simple question, and then the guy just snapped. He was pissed. He was like, why am I disturbing him? Why am I asking? I was like, he wasn't speaking like, I don't know, friendly or something, but he was just like, why am I disturbing him? He started speaking Tagalog, and literally I didn't even understand any Tagalog word. So I kept wondering what's going on, why is he raising his voice, why is he acting up, why is he shouting and all that. I just asked a simple question, and I don't know, God was just with me, and then he just told me I should get down, I should drop. I was like, why will you say I should drop? Like, this is the middle of nowhere. Like, literally took me from the highway where I could see cars and other tricycle passing, and then you brought me into this thick forest where I could not see any other thing. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know where this is headed to. So he just said I should drop down. So I came down from the tricycle. I don't know, it was just God at my being my savior. So I dropped. You guys, funny enough, he didn't go forward because he was taking me forward, right? He didn't go forward. He turned his tricycle and went backward. So I kept wondering, if you knew that that was not the lane and this is not the right path to take, why did you like go that side, or why did you go through this path? Why? Just to do what to me? I don't understand. Why did you do that? So he left me there. I was so stranded. You guys, that was like the worst, because I was at the main road and I could see tricycles and cars. So I felt okay, even if anything was to happen, I could find my way, I could locate wherever I was. So but this part now, I literally had no idea where it was headed. So I turned back. I started walking back from where we came. I was crying. I was like, oh God, please take control. See, you guys, all those times I had to cry or feel emotional, I always cry with my mom in my mind. I'd be like, mommy, come on. So I was literally crying. I was crying. And I was praying. I was like, God, please help me. So I went backwards, and then luckily enough I met this man. He was at his farm and all that. So I greeted him. I was like, hi. Surprisingly, you guys, this man didn't shy away from talking to me. I know a lot of Filipinos like shy away from talking to foreigners, so he didn't shy away. I greeted him. I was like, hi, good morning. He answered me. He said, I told him, oh, I took a tricycle and the man brought me through this path and he left me when I asked him where he was taking me to. So the man asked me, you're going to, he called the name of my school because he could see my uniform, and I told him yes, that's where I was headed to. And then he was like, I'm so lucky I spoke to that man, that sometimes the bad men, they just take people there and then maybe injure you, beat you, collect your money and all that. I was so surprised. I was like, why would they do that? He said sometimes they believe foreigners have money and all that, but it doesn't happen like always. It just happens once in a while. So I wasn't lucky. I just met one of those tricycle men that were evil and wicked. So he told me, okay, he had a bike or something. It had an attachment where he put his farm produce and all that. So he told me to sit at the back of the bike. Sat at the back of the bike. Then he drove me and he took me to the main road. His house wasn't far from there, and then he told me he had the tricycle and his son would just take me and drop me off at school. You guys, that was how I literally escaped. Got to the main road, his son took me with the tricycle to school and I dropped at school. I went to school. I had a nice day at school. So going back home wasn't really a problem because my school was like at the town or center of the city, so it's somewhere that you could easily just find different tricycles that could just take you to your location. So going back home, I just easily found a tricycle that took me back to my location. So when I got back home that day, I told the owner of my apartment, okay, this was what happened, this was my experience in the morning. I took this path, I couldn't find a tricycle, and I eventually found one that almost did whatever to me, I don't know. And then the courier told me, oh, that's not where you take, you just have to wait here every morning and then you get a tricycle. You don't need to go through that side, it's really dangerous, especially you went out very early in the morning. So he eventually got me a tricycle that would always come to pick me, take me to the malls and other places. Sometimes I would just wait outside the apartment where he told me to stand, and then I would just get tricycles that would take me to school. You guys, I don't know what would have happened to me if everything just turned. But anyways, I'm lucky I survived and I escaped whatever was going to happen. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please do give it a thumbs up. This is just me sharing with you guys my first day in school, the experience I had. I literally almost got missing or got harmed. I really don't know, but I'm grateful everything went on fine and I was able to escape. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.